The sun shone bright on a future unknown. He signed his name for his very first loan. The ink dried fast, the storm's first signs begin. Snow hit the ground and settled in. Debt built up in gusts of wind. A trap he didn't see begin. He signed again where hopes were strong. The pen came down. It didn't take long. The monocle flashed. The blizzard roared. The snow grew deeper than before. Each month it grew from a darkening sky. Interest accumulating, piling high. Though he would pay what the letters required, the smallest amount the lenders desired. Minimum payments, and just barely enough to keep the storm from growing too rough. But flakes of interest fell each night, covering progress out of sight. A sudden crash? The world spun white, metal and glass in frozen flight. He healed but signed for what he now owed. Another storm. The snowbank overflowed, bills like drifts around his feet. Interest falling in steady sleet. He signed for walls and borrowed space. Another storm took the sun's place. The ground rose higher, cold and wide. Debt pressed heavy on every side. He filled the house, purchasing more. Interest crept steadily through the door. Statements stacked like winter's weight. Past due payments. He was always late. 5 snowballs rested on the hill, each one a debt that lingered still. A credit card the smallest there, a medical bill in frozen air. A car loan heavy, packed with snow, then student loans in steady row. Above them all, both vast and wide, a house of debt on the mountainside. Each month he paid what he was told, the minimum due on debts he owed. 200 here, a payment made. 300 there to debts unpaid. 400 fell on the student snow. 1,000 more where house debts grow. Yet still the storm refused to cease. The mountain offered him no peace. High above, the Baron grinned, interest falling in the wind. Then, stillness split the frozen air. A steady voice said, "Start right there. Sort every snowball from smallest to wide. Stack them in order along the mountainside. Take the smallest, dissolve it first. Break the cycle. Stop the worst. Pay every minimum as before, but strike the smallest with something more. Throw every dollar you safely can and melt that snowball where it began. Take your debt, bind it tight. Eliminate that stress with all your might. When the smallest snowball melted away, that payment rolled to the next to pay. The medical snowball cracked apart, the growing snowball did its part. The car loan cracked beneath the roll. The student snow lost all control. The snowball thundered, fierce and wide, crashing down the mountainside. One by one the balls fell down. The Baron's grip came unbound. The storms grew thin. The sky turned blue. The sun broke bright and burned it through. At last the greatest mound was found. The mortgage ball came crashing down. The debt storm ended, the weight unbound. That's how freedom was finally found. Line up your debts from small to great. The smallest snowball meets its fate. Pay every minimum, hold that line. Then strike the smallest every time. Small victories start the flow. Soon you've cleared the mountain snow. Just remember, debt yields stress. Pay it off, live your best.